Hi, welcome back to another episode of KETS and Chlo. Samuel, how are you doing?
I'm feeling haggard. It's been a long weekend. I've gone for a Japanese homeless chic look because I feel it.
Okay, why do you feel like that?
Harrowing experience.
What's your harrowing experience?
Tick is one hell of a drug. Let me tell you that much. No, I had a long weekend of coaching schoolboy hockey. A lot of people DM me, Samuel, how can I be like you? How do we podcast like you? What sort of lifestyle do I need to live? Well, you need to look after 16-year-old boys for 15 to 17 hours a day. And then maybe we'll chat. But yeah, Chloe also came up. It was a lovely weekend in Paul. How did you enjoy that weekend, Chloe dog?
I loved it. We had such a lovely Airbnb. It was a really nice break. I always really enjoy getting out of Cape Town. It's just nice. And Sam and I actually haven't been away to somewhere that's not Pringle Bay before. So it was really nice.
It was nice. Paul sucks.
What?
No, I'm teasing.
It's beautiful.
Why did you like it? There's a big rock there.
Oh yeah, Paul Rock. It's the second biggest monolith in the whole world.
What's a monolith?
It's basically a large rock.
I doubt anyone in Paul knows what a monolith is.
I think lots of people do. They look at it every day.
Kykie, daai grote klip.
That was actually very funny listening to Sam try and speak Afrikaans to the waiters.
I am tweetalige. I can speak Afrikaans fluently. For those of you who don't know what tweetalig is, I'm bilingual. Hoe gaan het? Nie te sleg nie.
Kan ek 'n cappuccino hê? Asseblief.
'n koffie hê. 'n cappuccino. No, so Paul was interesting. But now we're back
nice.
and I'm getting more energy because it's KETS and Chlo. It's a Monday. We're doing this on Mondays. Why don't people like Monday, Chloe?
I don't know. I think Mondays are underrated. I do.
Hey, too early for that game. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, why do people hate Mondays traditionally then? What would you say?
I think because the weekend's over and they have to go back to reality. But I really enjoy Mondays. I feel like Mondays are probably one of my most productive days of the week. You're fresh, you're back at work, getting back to things. I feel very inspired today. I woke up in a brilliant mood.
Okay, well, good for you. You and my 93-year-old granny as well. I'm going to read what she put on our WhatsApp group, which is called Mugga Good News, which is just lovely. And on 8 o'clock this morning, she wrote, "This morning, my yogurt is the best ever. Double cream black forest with chocolate chips and cherries!" Exclamation point. So the moral of that story is enjoy your Mondays. Or as Oscar Pistorious once said, if opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. Bit early for Oscar jokes, but like to get that one out the way.
That's very wholesome.
I would say the door was wholesome. The joke was flawed. Deeply flawed. Oscar, you're not a good egg.
Not a good egg. Did you bring a show and tell today?
I did. It's a medal. Like I said, we lost in the final of this hockey tournament. It was, it wasn't embarrassing losing to Bishops. It was heartbreaking. But yeah, so we got this second place silver medal, which is for losers. We say goodbye to that medal because if you're not first, you're last. And that was cheap plastic, not even real silver. Come on. No,
do better.
And then I had a very awkward interview with Supersport schools. We'll put it. You enjoy watching it now.
The other side, it's time for Sam, the coach of Sax.
We've got no stranger to the Supersport Schools live streams.
Good heavens, that sucked.
Another moment of silence.
Yeah, and I had a hairband. My wrists are too tiny for my hairband. So people thought I was mourning the death of someone. All I was mourning the death of was my schoolboy hockey team. I'd like to take this opportunity to retire from the game. Thank you so much for the memories, but after my first loss in 3 years, I'm done.
Was that your first loss in
It
In a
was.
tournament.
Well, not playing, coaching, yes.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
as a player, I've experienced many losses.
You got an eyelash. Yeah.
Oh,
Make a wish.
Make-A-Wish campaign. More children with cancer. That would make the Make-A-Wish campaign bigger. No, that's obviously a horrible joke. What is your show and tell, Chlo?
My show and tell is my Fitbit. Maybe soon to be replaced by an Apple Watch for Christmas. I don't know, just putting ideas out there for anyone watching.
Apple watching.
Very good, very good. So I bought my Fitbit because I want to document this and hold myself accountable. By the end of this year, because I went for a run yesterday, I used my Fitbit. I'm going to do a half marathon.
Nice.
By the end of this year. Last year I was running, I've never been I got into running after lockdown, I think like most people did. So I was pretty new to running, but I was running close to 5 minutes,
Yes.
a kilometer,
Very good.
5 kilometers. And I went for a run yesterday and I was running at 6 kilometers because I was going to do a 10K, but I only managed a 4.47.
Kilometers.
Yeah, because I haven't been on my running grind. So my goal is to get better at running and to do a half marathon. So I will report back in half a year's time.
Okay.
But that's a very serious goal of mine.
Okay. That's good to hear. You've got a big bunda, and someone has described you on TikTok as big-breasted. So hard to run with those attributes. I think that was one of my comments on my burner account. No, that's very good. Set fitness goals for yourselves at home, and then eat ice cream when they come crumbling down.
Yeah. No, I'm feeling very inspired today.
No, you gotta go. You gotta go seize the day.
Follow me on Strava. Maybe I should create a Strava account.
I hate Strava. Strava, it just like, I'll be on a run and be like, this is not going on Strava. It's way too slow. That's not why we exercise. It's like the Instagram of running.
That's true.
So fuck Strava or give me the premium package, and then it's a great app. And did you enjoy our last podcast? I'm speaking to Chloe, but I hope you guys also, with Nick Preen. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. Former lead singer of Albert. It was lots of fun.
I actually had a few girlfriends tell me that they actually have a massive crush on Nick, if you're watching.
Me too.
And they were very jealous that I got to meet him.
Fair enough.
enough.
He's a delicious character.
Yeah.
And for his show and tell, he bought us presents, which was lovely.
Sweet, yeah.
So any other guest, if you're thinking of coming on the show and you don't have presents,
you can still come on the show, yeah.
I was gonna say we won't give you money, but I mean that's already one of the rules. Oh wow! And then let's move to the Springboks, Chloe.
Okay.
What a game against the All Blacks! And yes, we made bad decisions under pressure. But remember a few weeks ago when you were at a restaurant and the waiter said, "Enjoy your food," and you said, "You too." We all crack under pressure sometimes. So I still love the Springboks. And having said that, we're going to ask Chloe to rate the Springboks from 1 to 10. Be warned, Chloe committed treason, or as I like to call it, reason with a T, this weekend because, again, she didn't watch the Springboks play, but she's going to rate them.
I got my HIIT workout in for the day, so...
Fair enough. Okay, here we go. We're going to rate the Bokke against New Zealand. Siya Kolisi.
8 out of 10. He did play a good game.
Unbelievable, some would say. Eben Etzebeth.
What did he do that was really funny? I can't remember. But, he was singing the national anthem funny. So for that, I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10.
Okay, wow. Brayton Paulser.
Don't know who that is. 5.
He's a TV analyst. A former Springbok. Did not play. And finally, Faf de Klerk.
10 out of 10. I love Fuffy.
Faf
I love that thing that he
terrible.
does with his leg. I think actually all of the fly halves do that. Is that what he is?
No, he's a scrum half. And the thing he does with his leg is before he kicks the ball away. But no, we're only joking. We love the Springboks. Lucanio, am in love with Siya Kolisi. That was a little Springbok pun. The one guy's name is Lucanio Am. He's the outside center. He's very good. And Siya Kolisi is our captain, who I love very, very much. Rachel, don't drop the ball because I will pick it up.
Yeah. Well, talking about...
Here comes a rough segue. I can feel it. If you at home thinking that was a bit forced, probably because it was.
Talking about things that I discovered on the weekend, experienced on the weekend, is, well, first of all, I found out that Elon Musk and his Grimes, I don't know what she identifies as,
I
wife,
don't
girlfriend,
care.
partner,
I
whatever.
truly don't care.
They've split up, which I think be very interesting because he'll be in space. So maybe the kid has to spend half its time on Earth and half its time in space.
That's funny. Where does the divorce attorney?
I know.
You missed the hearing.
Very funny.
Sorry, I was busy banging my new alien girlfriend. We're in love now.
But what I discovered was there was actually the first all civilian space mission. They went for 3 days. And that happened, I think, 2 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I'm probably very wrong about that. But very exciting. It's space tourism.
I'm not excited by this.
No. How can you not be excited about that?
Because I have no desire to go to space.
That was my next question. Would you go to space?
No, you couldn't pay me. I've watched the movies. It never goes well. They never go, wow, that was... They always die.
But there wouldn't be a movie if it didn't go well.
What was it? Apollo 11 or Apollo 13? Everyone died on that.
Challenger.
Challenger.
I think. Yeah.
The challenge was to survive. They failed.
Aye.
R.I.P. dead people. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Speaking of travel, there was a nearly
yeah.
a massive airplane crash in East London, which is south of London in the UK and east of Cape Town in South Africa. And not a good place to be. If you are a listener from East London, congratulations
My
on
parents
surviving.
My parents once told me we were going to East London and I was so excited. And then we drove there.
It's a shame. That's a bit mean. So here's the article. A jet with 164 people on board came within 30 meters of disaster when a student pilot at the controls of a light aircraft mixed up left and right.
A student pilot?
Yes. Good heavens. The pilot, identified in the report as a Ghanaian with expert English skills, was on a solo navigational training flight from Port Alfred. He was told to move left to get out of the way of the 164-seater plane, and he turned right. He was also 33 years old. Reminds me a bit of like older students learning how to drive. It's also worth noting that this was not a xenophobic attack. Just because he's Ghanaian, Asamoah Gyan, 2010 World Cup. Go Ghana.
That's crazy. Wow.
What would your last words be if you were in a plane crash?
Cowabunga.
That is such...
Woo! Sorry, I was a bit close to the mic. Woo!
No ways. I would roll... I mean, I'm not religious, but I would start rolling the dice. Inshallah. Alhamdulillah. I'd say, big one for Jesus Christ up there.
I think that they also give you false hope when they walk you through the safety checks, because probably 99% of the time you're going to die if you're crashing. Like, you're not going to slide off that slide and tread water for the next few hours and they'll come and save you. I think that's just to kind of make you feel better.
Yes.
But you're probably going to die on impact.
Absolutely.
I hate to break it to you. You know what else I found out? This was something that happened in 2018, was there had been a pilot, South African pilot, I think flying for SAA. He'd been operating for 20 years without a license.
Driving without a license.
At that
SAA.
point, I think you should just give him the license. You know what I mean?
He'd been doing a good
so
job.
well, yeah.
My favorite pilot experience ever was when we were going on a school hockey tour. Consistent theme here today. And clunk. Chloe has to drink water apparently.
My
and
throat's
bang on the
very
table.
dry. I'm sorry.
But so for those of you listening, my humblest apologies. But anyway, we're on a school tour. I think it was to PE. It's always to PE. And the pilot gets on to his radio. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Talking to us about the weather. We don't care. We can see the weather. We're in the air. And then he goes, if you are a competent swimmer and if we have to make a sea landing, then please move to the right-hand side of the plane. if you are incompetent swimmer, thank you for flyingkalula.com. And I was like, got jokes, but I am an incompetent swimmer. So, yeah. And also to my future children, you must learn how to put that mask on yourself when it comes down. Daddy's looking after himself.
That is what they tell you to do, though, is you put yours on first.
Yes, but I feel like parents are always going to look after their children. I'm telling my children, no.
Okay.
Arm your nose and cross-check.
How good's that?
That's awesome.
I have been working on that. That's why I wanted to be a flight attendant, because all I wanted to do was
No, you would be a good flight. Chicken or beef? Let's hear it.
Oh, I was going to do this one. Chicken or beef? Chicken or beef? Chicken or beef?
Why are you that accent?
I don't know. I was just testing out some sounds.
Not a good sound.
So Eminem's opening up a restaurant called Mom's Spaghetti.
That sounds like a lie.
I promise you. It's like a merch pop-up.
Okay.
So
these weak arms are heavy. That's where the lyric is from.
No, I know. I wasn't sure the next one. But in downtown Detroit. So if you got any Detroit watchers in the States.
Isn't it Detroit?
Probably.
There's a T on the end of it.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Apparently he's done it 2 times before. He's done it 2 times before. He did it for frontline workers last year, but now he's setting up like a proper pop-up restaurant, which I thought was, I don't know, very interesting.
Good for him.
I wonder how good the spaghetti is. That's what I want to know.
Not as good as my mom's spaghetti.
Yeah.
No,
your dad's spaghetti is actually very
leave
good.
that man alone. You know what was also interesting news? I saw it on I love it when Google changes their browser art for Google's landing page. And Google turned 23 today. So from the bottom of my heart, Google, happy birthday. Many returns. Thank you.
Okay.
It was just interesting. I thought
23, same age as you.
Yes.
Oh, no, you're 24.
I am. No, we've lived our whole lives with the internet. What would you do without Google? Like imagine life like Google life without Google. That's where we are.
No. Yeah. I mean, people say Google is your best friend. It really is. Probably knows more about you than your best friends.
That's it. Well, it knows more about your porn consumption than your best friends. Hi. Ain't that the truth, Google? Ain't that the truth? What would you do without the internet? Or Google specifically?
I mean, people managed without it like for centuries. So
but
you'd
they
manage.
hadn't had it. I'm saying.
Oh, you mean
now,
it's like taken away from you?
Now all of a sudden there's no more internet.
Oh, it'd be tough, but you definitely manage. Like you definitely would.
I don't want to be around.
I'd resort back to books, making my own fires.
Back to basics. Well, I mean, Google never made fires for you or read books for you, but that's besides this. Besides, that's besides the point.
Yeah.
Any other contemporary stuff for us to chat on?
Tiger King season 2 is coming out.
Oh no! How Carol Baskin
killed her husband, whacked him. I don't know how that
What's
goes.
happening? No,
I actually never watched it, but I do think that she's guilty. I think she did it.
It just shows how messed up the world is that we support that tick-up Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic, yeah.
Jesus, what a mess he is. But I will watch it, don't get me wrong. And we'll probably talk about it on this podcast.
Yeah, no, I think I must catch up and watch season 1.
Yes. And while we are talking about season 1, we've been putting out episodes, right? So we also like asking you guys for help because I like to call us your audio companionship or your YouTube best friends. Even though if I saw you, I'd ignore you. No, I'm joking. I'd give you one of these or grab your hand while we're trying to fist bump. Something terribly awkward. But we're going to leave a link to that iTunes or that Apple podcast thing. Just leave us a 5-star review if you feel we deserve it. And then write some funny stuff. One of the best reviews so far is someone said, I feel like Paul Kruger after discovering this podcast. I don't know if it was racist, or colonialistic. That's not a word, but I thought it was funny.
That is quite funny.
So we love your comments, and we really do appreciate when you show love and feedback for the podcast.
I still need to rate the podcast, so I'll get on that.
Yeah, you
I
do
will.
get on that.
I will get on that, yeah. But what I did want to do is I wanted to quiz you on some, it's mainly boring. I wanted
The
to,
camera's still on. Jokies. Yeah.
I wanted to quiz you on some TikTok vocab, or just, you know, with the youth, because you are so old.
I'm a youth.
So old and so far removed.
I'm hip to be square with the slang. Wagwans. Oh, that was cringe.
Okay, so are you ready?
I am ready. So this is, tee this up, introduce what we're doing here.
Okay. TikTok lingo, TikTok slang. I'm going to quiz you on a few. Yeah, you can tell me if you know what they are. Give a brief description. I'll tell you if you're right or not.
We traditionally tee up things faster, not so slow.
Okay. Do you want me to do it again?
No,
Okay.
just a pointer for the future.
Okay. A BBL.
A big black Latino.
No. It's called a Brazilian butt lift. All
Close.
the rage.
A big, I think I was close. Next one, please.
Okay. A pick-me girl.
A what?
A pick-me girl.
Someone who's eager to please. She's a bit annoying. She's a bit cringe. You ironically don't want to pick her.
Close enough, yeah. Kind of in relation to this, what's a heather?
A Heather, an educated Karen, still annoying.
No. Heather's like the most desirable girl. Is a heather. You need to listen to this song.
I've never met Heather. I've never met a Heather.
A heather.
Sounds old and boring.
Listen to this song.
Fuck you, Heather.
Okay, what is it to be an accountant? This is not literal.
To be an accountant is you're always aware of what's going on.
That's so awesome.
What is it?
It's to be a sex worker on TikTok. They just call themselves accountants
Wow.
because they're bringing in the moolah, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Get some accountants
It's an
around the
audio-
next podcast.
No, I'm accountant. Okay, last one. What does it mean to be chuggy? What does it mean if something is chuggy?
Chuggy, not cool. Chuggy is the lamest thing you can be. If you're sitting at home and you haven't liked, subscribed, and done our Apple rating, you're a chuggy. Or you are
You are chuggy.
You are shit, man.
Can you think of something that is chuggy, like to you?
John Steenhuisen's chonky and chuggy. Vote ANC. I'm a handler. And don't vote. Actually, do vote. Go to Miami. Lose your mind. Dale. Vote for Pitbull. And in 2024, whatever, I'll run for president. Because Michael De Brolio, who I asked in the inception of Kids Eat Toast sometimes, I'm Michael De Brolio, even did an ad campaign for him. He still hasn't registered to run for mayor or president. So come on, Big Mark. You can do it.
Big Mark. Did you know that I saw an article yesterday that...
Hold on. Chloe was in a car crash the other day with one of my friends. Have you claimed back? Have you used Michael De Brolio? Because if it's not your fault, you shouldn't pay. I don't even think that's one of his ads.
No, he says, have you been in a car accident that wasn't your fault?
So, Anton, we're going to be using Michael De Brolio on your ass, boy. Just reversed into Chloe.
And I think I gave like the most polite hoot ever. Like I was like, "Toot, toot, 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 toot."
Yeah, so you got to double fist that hooter. Just jam it.
I was almost like not going to hoot. I was like, it's fine, just reverse into me. But I did hoot at least, so he did stop.
Sorry, I interrupted.
Interrupted? I can't remember what I was saying.
Okay. What's your take on Alzheimer's?
That's quite random. Absolutely devastating.
Well, I asked you 5 minutes ago. That would maybe more dementia for a young person.
I'm really trying to remember what I was talking about. I think I was going to tell a funny story.
Just like my gran, we miss you. R.I.P. Cut the cameras.
What was I? Anyways.
Speaking of old people, I saw some distressing news in the news. And that was that a mural, which is a fancy word, like a dumb word for a big painting on a wall of someone. Come on, guys. Okay, I suppose not that fancy. But a mural of Desmond Tutu had been defaced, and someone had written there. Obviously, I'm not going to say it, so chill out. But I am a K word, but in Afrikaans. And yuck. Also, we are never going to get rid of racism. Bit of a depressing opinion, but it's just too much. But good heavens, can these racists not be a bit more respectful? You know, do this within the comfort of their own homes instead of on the streets for everyone to see.
It's just so ugly.
Be a little bit more classy. Be a little bit more cool with your racism. It's 2021. Get a life, you losers. I met Desmond Tutu.
Ah, yes, in an elevator.
Might I add, Archbishop Desmond Tutu.
There you go.
And it was in an elevator in a hospital. And he had been praying for people. Very kind of him. And I saw him, and my mom, who's very religious, completely froze. What a loser. Can't handle the stars. And I just went, hey, Desmond. And he couldn't believe it. He just burst out laughing. He's like, oh, how can you say that to me? It sounds a bit like that.
The disrespect.
But he was laughing because you're apparently supposed to address him as the Archbishop or His Royal Majesty.
Apparently, I think you definitely should.
Yes, you should.
But he probably found it refreshing. I think would be my take. If I ever met a celebrity, I would kind of pretend I didn't know who they are, because I think that would be refreshing for them.
Fair enough. Okay.
You know?
Yeah, no, fair enough. He's one of my favorite South Africans ever, Desmond Tutu.
I had a girl in my class who was his goddaughter, and she'd visit him every weekend or so, and she was so cool.
That is cool. He should open a ballet school. Imagine that. I can't even believe I say that. I can't believe I even said that. Chloe, you should break. Chloe's on the market. She's single for 24 hours. It's like the purge, but I'm being purged.
Tune into our live.
We're going to try a TikTok live. It's going to be scary. I've done it once before. Very scary.
It'll be this evening, actually.
Well, yes.
Tune in.
It is the time of the show where we play a little overrated, underrated. You guys have complained about the length of us making this shorter again. We're going to make this about 30 minutes. Yeah. Right? If you desperately want this to be longer and for us to give you more companionship, more laughs, more insight, please do. And we will make it longer.
Or pay for our editor.
Fair enough as well. But again, Chloe disrespects you guys almost on the daily. She's very rude to you.
Like we said, good cop, bad cop. That's my approach.
Okay, take it away, Chloe.
Okay. Overrated, underrated. Are you ready, Samuel? All right. Mom spaghetti.
Underrated. Knees weak, arms are heavy.
Space.
Overrated. Everyone dies there, especially chimpanzees. We killed a lot there.
Do you need more of it from me?
Underrated, yes.
Patricia DeLille.
Oh. Overrated. Guys, please, if you're driving in Cape Town and you see Patricia DeLille with her boxing gloves on for the good party, tear that poster down. You'll be doing them a service.
Oh my goodness.
It is the single worst political poster I've ever seen. And I've seen ones where the ANC say vote for change whilst they're the party in power. So this Patricia DeLille with boxing gloves for the good party with Peter de Villiers and some bizarre looking wacko. Guys, please, just rather vote for Uncle John and Helen, because that's not how you fight corruption, even if it is metaphorically.
I just love how they gave her different angles.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Her gloves are also way too big.
Next. Tiger King.
Tiger King. Oh, yes. Overrated.
Okay. BBLs.
Underrated. I do love a saucy Latina.
Our fans.
Underrated. The KETS fans. I don't even call you fans. I call you La Familia.
La Familia.
Keep that energy in the comments, La Familia.
Yes. No, I do really appreciate you guys.
Shut up. Keep on with the questions.
Thank you for tuning in every week. That's it. That's the show.
Chloe's attitude to the fans, overrated. And she needs to be taken to task for it. No, Chloe, underrated. She's the best. Samuel, perfectly rated.
Are we about to kiss on the podcast?
Don't be disgusting. And this is also for couples. PDA is truly, truly sickening. If I see you in Cavendish Square even holding hands, just know I'm repulsed.
Okay, we've got 6 more seconds. That's it. That's the show. Thank you for tuning in. We love you guys. Lots.
Bye.
Ta-ta.